milestones, a lot of them were things that my father had started or things that he and I worked on together. So when I came into the practice in the year 2000, I had the opportunity to really power up what we were doing on the wealth space. At that stage, we looked after only about $35 million of capital. So that had already been started, but we were able to quickly pivot to fee only, which was something really exciting in around 2003. We then went to a quant-based approach with Dimensional Fund Advisors in the same year. Another key milestone, because that, Dimensional have been a cornerstone partner with us in terms of our philosophy and our thinking for over 2 decades. And it's been an incredible, powerful journey for us. And then the other would be the launch of the KiwiSaver funds in 2012. When I reflect back, when I wrote the white paper to the board, KiwiSaver, the average KiwiSaver balance was $6,600. So that's not a lot of money. When you consider today that our average KiwiSaver client's $46,000, that's an amazing growth in funds per client. And it's become embedded. $6,600 per person. It's pretty much, I would guess it'd be like the average person's outstanding credit card statement at the month end before they clear it off. Whereas now, $46,000 in KiwiSaver, people, they'll get off the couch for $46,000. They'll want that nurtured, run properly. They'll want advice running alongside that. So they're the key things. But the other aspect is, and the important part for the future is that we've got other projects we're working on coming up. We always have projects in the hopper. We never stand still. Because as the old saying, one of our old advisors here, who's now retired many years ago, he always said to me, Nick, he said, working here is like, it's like a stone that never gathers any moss. Oh, wow, what hasn't changed? So when you think about it, like we've now got legislation. To be a financial advisor, you have to be registered, huge regulatory framework, but also for us, we've become very specialized in certain fields. So rather than being a practice full of general practitioners, we're a general practice filled with specialists. It takes time to create that, but it's a much more rewarding experience because we can go much deeper with our clients. It's all about people. It's about trust, being a client's trusted advisor, and just doing a really good job for our clients about encouraging them to make smart decisions with their money. Well, we've always been focused on youth. I think that comes back to my father and my mum in the sense that I was young coming through the business. They were always nurturing young members of the community. So as a company, we've continued that ethos. So when I think about my mother with Project K, the Graham Dingle Foundation, we've been involved in that for a very long period of time. And we've continued that youth-based focused on what we're doing. And currently we are about to launch our own foundation, which will be solely focused on youth. A couple of other highlights. We were fortunate to be given the opportunity to make a donation to the hospice, the Cranford Hospice in Hawke's Bay, where we donated a 35-year vertical of tomato estate collaring. So that's 32 vintages over 35 years, because there were 3 where they weren't made. It's one of Hawke's Bay's most prestigious red wines, arguably in New Zealand's as well, and that set a record price at auction, the per dollar price per bottle. So that was fabulous to be involved in that. We gave that as a gift as our family to the hospice. And the other is the Te Rihi Solar Network, which is our not-for-profit solar energy network. We had the ability to build, or the opportunity to build, a private energy network where we bring members of the community who wish to sell their excess solar to other members of the community, the Te Rihi community, who desire to use solar energy. So we've got roughly about 120 members in that community, and that's been amazing to see that grow, to bring together environmentally conscious individuals who wish to pioneer something new. It's exciting. When I think about the framework that we've got for the business that we've set up, we have our own custodial service, our own wrap platform. So we're a master of our own destiny. We're involved in KiwiSaver from root to stem. We've got the recently released PI funds, the ACI funds, which adds another quiver to our another arrow to our quiver, is what I was trying to say. But it's really exciting when I think about where we're moving to. We're kind of going back to what was core financial planning, and about helping families, trusts, charities, individuals make really good decisions about their money based on their goals and objectives. I know quite a few people head down a different path and they focus purely on investment. I find that a slightly soulless existence. I prefer to bring it back to goals and objectives and financial planning at the core. And that's where we're heading as a business in the future. Interesting. Well, I've been doing, this is my 25th year, so so sometimes I reflect on things. I think I would be much truer in the sense of the path of the arrow through the air. I would know exactly what I wanted, and I would be much more on point rather than wavering. And I'd take a straight line rather than a loopy track to get to the same destination. A few less skin knuckles, blood noses, etc. I'd just get to the point, stay the true course. That would be my advice to myself. Stay true, go with what is right in your gut, trust it and proceed. A key part of doing what we do and being a trusted advisor in our role as financial advisors, and certainly for me, I was a young fella, I didn't have any kids, I was not married when I came into this business, and I've been fortunate that I've met some amazing people who are clients, friends, mentors, people who I care about deeply, that I respect a lot. I listen to their opinion. One cannot ask for better people to deal with when you have that type of dynamic. We are, for me, a true steward of our clients. I find that to be a very holistic approach, and I'm very, very grateful that I've been able to have that relationship with so many people and so many families over 25 years. So thank you very much.